Hey everyone, it's Justin again. In this lesson, we're going to be learning about another type of probability called compound probability. By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to find the compound probability of two events. First, we'll discuss what compound probability is, and then we'll complete 3 example problems. Compound probability means finding the probability of 2 or more events happening together. That means that you're going to be picking more than one card, rolling a die more than once, flipping a coin more than once. You get the idea. The way that we calculate the compound probability of 2 events is to multiply the probability of the first event times the conditional probability of the second one, given that the first one has happened. Sometimes compound probability is called the multiplication rule of probability, since we're multiplying the probabilities of the 2 events together. Let's get a better feel for this by trying it out. Our first example says that a bag contains 7 blue marbles, 8 green marbles, and 3 red marbles. If you pick 2 marbles without replacement, what is the probability that you pick a green marble and then a red marble? Round your answer to the nearest thousandth. Without replacement is a new phrase for us. It means that you don't put the marble back once you take it out. So let's think about this. This is definitely compound probability because we're picking out 2 marbles. So we're going to use our new formula. What's the first event in this problem? First, we want to pick a green marble. Well, here's my bag of marbles. In total, there are 18 marbles in it. What's the probability of picking a green one? 8 green marbles out of 18 total makes a probability of 8 over 18, or 4 over 9. What's the second event of this problem? Second, we want to pick a red marble. Now, we have to be careful with our second event because we need to think about how the first event affects it. Remember, this is without replacement, so we are not putting that green marble back into the bag. Would picking the green marble first affect the probability of picking a red marble now? Yeah, it does. The bag looks different now. We pulled one of these green marbles out, so now we're down to just 17 remaining marbles. What's the probability of picking a red one now? There are 3 red marbles out of the 17 remaining marbles, so the probability is 3 over 17. Now that we have the probability of each event, we just multiply them together. Go ahead and grab your calculator and multiply 4 over 9 times 3 over 17 now. Your calculator should have given you this. We need to round to the nearest thousandth, which is 3 decimal places. So that is 0.078. Let's do this same problem again, but this time we're picking the 2 marbles with replacement. This means that after we pick the marble out of the bag and look at it, we put it back in before we pick the next one. So we have the same bag of marbles and we still want to pick a green marble and then a red one. So let's take another look at our compound probability formula. The first event is still picking a green marble from this bag, and there are still 18 total marbles and 8 green marbles for a probability of 4 over 9. The difference here is with our second event, which is picking a red marble. We need to consider how the first event affects the probability of picking a red marble. If I pick a green marble out of this bag and then put it back in, now what's the probability of picking a red marble? Well, since we put the green marble back, there's still 18 total marbles in the bag. And since 3 of them are red, the probability is 3 over 18, which simplifies to 1 over 6. Since this is compound probability, we're going to multiply these 2 fractions together. Go ahead and put that into your calculator now. Your calculator should have given you this. When we round to the nearest thousandth, or 3 decimal places, we get 0.074. Check this out. The probability is a little lower than it was when we did not replace the green marble. It's really important to make sure that you carefully consider how that first event is or is not going to affect the second one. Let's do one more example together before you move on to the practice game. This problem says, a basket of bagels contains 7 everything, 9 plain, 4 cinnamon raisin, and 3 egg bagels. Hannah grabs 2 bagels, one for herself first, and then one for her friend Eugene. What is the probability that Hannah picks a cinnamon raisin bagel for herself and an everything bagel for Eugene? Round your answer to the nearest thousandth. This is definitely compound probability because Hannah is picking 2 bagels. So we're going to need our compound probability formula. Pause the video here and find the probability of the first event on your own. Since Hannah is picking her own bagel first, the first event is a cinnamon raisin bagel. 7 plus 9 plus 4 plus 3 makes 23 total bagels in the basket. Of those 23 bagels, 4 of them are cinnamon raisin. So the probability of that first event is 4 over 23. Pause the video here and find the probability of the second event on your own. Be extra careful here. Make sure you consider whether or not the first event is going to have an effect on it. The second event is picking an everything bagel for Eugene. Did Hannah already picking out a cinnamon raisin bagel affect what's left in the sample space for Eugene? Yep, there aren't 23 bagels left anymore. 1 cinnamon raisin bagel is gone, so now there are only 22 bagels left. Of those 22 bagels, there are still 7 everything bagels because Hannah hasn't touched those yet. So we have a probability of 7 over 22 for our second event. Now that we have both probabilities, it's time to use a calculator to multiply them together. Go ahead and try this now. Your calculator should have given you this, which rounded to the nearest thousandth place makes 0.055. When it comes to the compound probability of 2 events, ultimately you're just multiplying the probability of each event together. You need to make sure that you're careful when finding the probability of the second event, because you have to determine if it's been affected by the first event or not. Be careful and take your time on your practice. I'll see you next time.